Have you ever wondered what it takes to transform your life? To break free from the chains of mediocrity and rise to greatness? What if I told you that the answer lies in a surprising habit practiced by one of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century? Yes, we're talking about Napoleon Hill, the mastermind behind the legendary book Think and Grow Rich. But what is this habit, and how can it revolutionize your life? Picture this. Every night, just before drifting off to sleep, Napoleon Hill would close his eyes and convene an imaginary council meeting. But this wasn't just any meeting. Seated around his mental table were 9 of the greatest minds in history: Emerson, Paine, Edison, Darwin, Lincoln, Burbank, Napoleon, Ford, and Carnegie. Hill wasn't just a passive observer in these gatherings. He was the chairman, the leader, the orchestrator of this extraordinary assembly. Now you might be wondering, why on earth would someone hold imaginary meetings with historical figures? The answer lies in the power of hero worship and the transformative potential of faith and imagination. Hill discovered that by emulating the traits and characteristics of those he admired, he could reshape his own character. This wasn't mere imitation. It was a deliberate act of self-reinvention, a voluntary rebirth, if you will. But let's pause for a moment and consider the implications of this habit. Imagine the impact of surrounding yourself with greatness, even if only in your mind. What if you could tap into the wisdom of the ages, drawing strength and inspiration from the likes of Edison and Lincoln? Hill's invisible counselors weren't just figments of his imagination. They were catalysts for change, guiding him toward his ultimate purpose. Now you might be thinking, this sounds a bit far-fetched, a bit too mystical for my taste. But here's the thing. Hill wasn't just some dreamer lost in a world of fantasy. He was a student of psychology, well-versed in the principles of mind operation. He understood that our dominating thoughts and desires shape who we are, that self-suggestion is a powerful tool in building character. And he used this knowledge to arm himself with the mental equipment needed to transform his life. But Hill's story doesn't end with imaginary meetings. He was a man of action, a man who believed in the power of desire and determination. Take, for instance, the story of Henry Ford, a man who defied the odds and revolutionized the automobile industry. When Ford's engineers told him that building a V8 engine was impossible, he refused to accept defeat. "Go right ahead," he said. "I want it and I'll have it." And with that unwavering determination, the secret was discovered, and the Ford determination triumphed once more. This is the essence of Hill's philosophy: the belief that you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. It's about understanding that the ether in which we exist is a form of energy, a universal power that adapts to the nature of our thoughts. Whether those thoughts are constructive or destructive, the power remains neutral, ready to transmute them into reality. But here's where it gets interesting. Hill warns us that our brains become magnetized with the dominating thoughts we hold in our minds. This means that if we focus on poverty and lack, that's what we'll attract. But if we concentrate on riches and abundance, the universe will conspire to bring those thoughts to fruition. It's a profound truth, one that underscores the importance of controlling our thoughts and guarding our minds against negative influences. So, how does one go about mastering their thoughts and transforming their life? Hill offers a simple yet powerful formula: self-confidence. He outlines a series of steps designed to cultivate this essential trait, starting with the realization that we have the ability to achieve our definite purpose in life. It's about demanding persistent, continuous action from ourselves and creating a clear mental picture of the person we intend to become. But Hill doesn't stop there. He emphasizes the importance of autosuggestion, the idea that any desire we hold in our minds will eventually seek expression through practical means. It's about committing to our goals, never stopping until we've developed the self-confidence needed to attain them. And it's about engaging in transactions that benefit all, eliminating negative attitudes, and fostering love for humanity. Now you might be wondering, what about those who fail, who end their lives in poverty and misery? Hill explains that it's the negative application of autosuggestion that leads to defeat. It's the destructive thoughts that clothe themselves in physical reality, the fear-driven impulses that manifest in our lives. But the good news is, we have the power to change this. We can choose to focus on courage and faith, to feed our subconscious mind with positive thought impulses. Hill's philosophy is a call to action, a reminder that we have absolute control over our thoughts. It's a challenge to examine our mental assets and liabilities, to throw off the influences of an unfortunate environment, and build our lives to order. And it's a testament to the power of persistence, the idea that with determination and effort, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve our dreams. So, what can we learn from Napoleon Hill's surprising habit? It's the realization that we are not alone, that we have access to the wisdom of the ages, if only we dare to dream. It's the understanding that our thoughts shape our reality, and that by controlling them, we can control our destiny. And it's the inspiration to take action, to persist in the face of adversity, and to believe in the power of our dreams. In the end, Hill's habit of hero worship and imaginary council meetings is more than just a quirky ritual. It's a profound lesson in the art of self-transformation, a testament to the power of faith and imagination. And it's a reminder that we all have the potential to be great, if only we dare to believe. So ask yourself, who are your invisible counselors? What traits do you admire? And how can you emulate them to become the best version of yourself? The answers might just transform your life. As you ponder these questions, let us delve deeper into the nature of these invisible counselors and the transformative magic they can weave into the fabric of our lives. It is not solely about the act of conjuring up the spirits of the past. It is about the profound introspection that accompanies the creation of this council. When Hill envisioned Emerson or Lincoln at his table, he wasn't just seeking their wisdom. He was, in essence, holding a mirror up to his own soul, challenging himself to reflect those very qualities he admired. Imagine, for a moment, the conversations that might unfold in such a gathering. Picture Hill posing a dilemma to Thomas Edison, not just to draw upon Edison's inventive genius, but to ignite his own creative spark. What would Edison say? Perhaps he would remind Hill, and us, that every failure is but a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey to discovery. He would probably encourage us to embrace experimentation, to view each setback as a lesson rather than a defeat. Consider, too, the calm yet resolute presence of Abraham Lincoln at this imaginary table. What would Lincoln's counsel be in times of self-doubt or moral uncertainty? He might speak of the power of perseverance, of maintaining one's integrity in the face of adversity. His life, a testament to resilience, would implore us to hold steadfast to our principles, to lead with empathy and humility. And then there's Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate, whose life story is one of rags to riches. His advice, perhaps, would focus on the importance of building one's own empire, not just in the material sense, but in terms of personal development and growth. He might speak of the value of mentorship, of surrounding oneself with those who challenge and inspire. In essence, these imaginary meetings are not mere flights of fancy, they are a structured method of self-dialogue. They invite us to explore the depths of our psyche, to confront our fears and limitations, and to harness the latent potential within us. They are a testament to the transformative power of imagination, a faculty that has been the cornerstone of human progress. But let us not forget the broader implications of Hill's teachings. His philosophy extends beyond personal transformation. It is a beacon of collective empowerment. Imagine a world where individuals, inspired by their own invisible counsels, come together to create, innovate, and uplift. A world where the boundaries of possibility are continually expanded by those daring enough to dream. Indeed, the legacy of Napoleon Hill is not confined to the pages of his book. It lives on in the hearts and minds of those who dare to believe in the power of thought. It is a call to action for each of us to not only transform ourselves, but to inspire transformation in others. So as we sit at our own tables, surrounded by the echoes of greatness, let us ask ourselves, what legacy will we leave behind? What stories will our lives tell? And most importantly, how will we use our own council of invisible advisors to shape a future that is rich in possibility and purpose? The answers, as always, lie within us, waiting to be discovered, waiting to transform not just our own lives, but the world around us.